With winter weather approaching, occupants at one Madison homeless shelter are asking for what they call a necessity. The men's emergency shelter on the east side lost a bus stop outside of their facility over the summer.
Those staying there say they need it now more than ever. Our Maddie Heimsch talked to those affected today about the challenges they're facing. Maddie?
The bus stop outside the shelter was removed as a part of the Madison Metro's route redesign, making the closest stop to the shelter more than a quarter of a mile away. Shelter occupants and community members say it needs to be restored.
There are elderly people in walkers, in wheelchairs, and canes, and they can't walk a quarter of a mile in the ice and snow.
Mike Roach is a Madison cab driver and a self-proclaimed community activist. He told me he has friends in the shelter and worries about their ability to make it to work this winter. For most staying in the shelter, the city bus is their primary form of transportation. The lack of a bus stop is a lack of accessibility.
You know, somebody dropped the ball. There was an oversight.
But executives at Porchlight, the organization that owns the shelter, told me they're not too worried in their office. They explained that Porchlight provides their own buses to and from the shelter. But the men in the shelter say the company buses are inaccessible too. They lack wheelchair ramps and only have one stop, in the opposite direction of where some riders need to go. I spoke to one man staying in the shelter who has seen the problem in effect.
The people that are handicapped, disability, veterans that can't move up those steps, they're forced to use the city bus, so they have to walk a distance in order to even gain access.
He says he needs more from Porchlight and the Madison Metro system.
Knew that the shelter was going to be here, and they took the city buses basically away from the homeless community that are older people.
We reached out to Madison Metro for comment and haven't yet heard back. But as winter comes, the community at the shelter says all they're asking for is support.